The cost of homeowners insurance is going up for many Californians as the state's insurance commissioner allowed State Farm's emergency rate to go up by 17% for homeowner policies. State Farm representatives asked a judge for permission to keep documents that they say justify the rate increase away from the public, a request that consumer advocates say violates state law. Let's get some insight by turning, as we often do, to Harvey Rosenfield, the founder of Consumer Watchdog. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Gassia.
At what point does this become bad business for State Farm?
You know what? They really don't care. They're already withdrawing from neighborhoods in the state, and even though the commissioner gave State Farm $700 million in advance a few months ago with the promise that State Farm would justify their need for it, State Farm's still pulling out of neighborhoods all over California. So they don't have a lot of motivation or concern about the market or attracting new customers. That's the big problem here. And now they don't want to justify getting the money that the commissioner already gave them. And they want to keep everything secret, which is a violation of the Proposition 103, which the voters passed years ago to protect themselves against price gouging.
So what's being done to compel State Farm to show its numbers?
Well, we have the law on our side, and we're in the middle of a very intense legal battle with them to get them to provide this information. The law says that if they cannot justify their rates, they can't get a rate increase, which means in this case that they'd have to give money back to people who Commissioner Lara allowed to be charged just a few months ago. And on top of that, you've got the problem with the victims of the Los Angeles January wildfires are having a lot of problems getting State Farm to pay their claims. And their point is, well, why should State Farm get a rate increase if it hasn't paid claims as it's required to under its existing rates?
Right. So the governor of Illinois, where State Farm is based, is calling on state legislators there to do something about rising insurance rates after State Farm said it was hiking homeowners insurance in Illinois by 27% beginning this month. Do you have much hope for sort of a nationwide solution to this instead of a state-by-state?
Gassia, it's always been a state-by-state issue because of the way Congress set this up in the 1940s. State insurance is regulated at the state level. When the insurance companies get out of hand, which is frequently, here in California, the voters reacted in 1988 and passed a sweeping insurance reform. It's the strongest consumer protection law in the country, and they have to comply with it. The problem now is you have the insurance commissioner, Ricardo Lara, is really bending over backwards to capitulate to all the insurance companies' demands, which is why he allowed State Farm to raise rates even before they proved they needed to. And now that they need to show that proof, pay first, proof later, they don't want to show the proof. So it's a statewide issue. And thankfully, the voters passed a law that protects all of us against the kind of abuses, and now it's up to the insurance commissioner to make sure he enforces the law.
So when it comes to insurance, because we have you, let me ask you about this. Some new data I found this morning from the FAIR Plan show the insurer's presence is growing faster than ever before, adding like 90,000 new policies the first half of this year. Used to be viewed as the insurer of last resort. Should we shift how we view the FAIR Plan?
Well, the FAIR Plan is a big problem, too, now, right? First of all, your viewers need to know the FAIR Plan is controlled by insurance companies. Second thing is, the insurance commissioner issued an order saying that if the FAIR Plan runs out of money, they can turn to the insurance companies that control it. They have to pay, but then the commissioner allowed the insurance companies to turn around and make the policyholders and the rest of the state, no matter who their company is, bail out the FAIR Plan, which is a bailout for the insurance companies. We've brought a lawsuit challenging that because the commissioner does not have the authority to force California homeowners all over the state to bail out the insurance industry.
All right, we'll have to leave it here. Our time is up, unfortunately. Thank you so much, Harvey Rosenfield, founder of Consumer Watchdog, for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Gassia.
Of course.